The future of Star Wars video games feels like a bright one. Even though there's been recent histories of delays and development problems, there are more games in the works now than there have been in a long time, with games like Jedi Survivor, Star Wars Eclipse, and Star Wars Hunters some of the many games being developed. A Knights of the Old Republic remake was announced back in September of 2021 as a full modern rebuild of the Bioware 2003 classic RPG. The project was set to be one of the first Star Wars titles released outside of the EA exclusivity deal. However, not everything is sunshine and rainbows at Aspyr Media. According to Bloomberg, development on the upcoming KOTOR remake has stalled and is in serious trouble. Development Aspyr Media has delayed the game indefinitely, as the studio put the game on ice for the foreseeable future. Bloomberg learned that the studio had recently fired the game's art director and design director earlier this month, telling employees the studio would be stopping work on the project to seek contract development work. This comes after the internal timeline for the project was up in the air. The studio supposedly targeted 2022 at the outset of development, but now a 2025 release seems like the most likely scenario. This is disappointing news for anyone who's looking forward to the potential of a Knights of the Old Republic remake. The original KOTOR is one of the most beloved Star Wars games of all time, but it's showing age after being released nearly 20 years ago. Many fans, including myself, have been wanting to play the popular game for a while, but the graphics and controls from the original game don't exactly hold up after all this time. With the remake being announced last year, it seemed like the perfect opportunity to get to experience the story without having to suffer through the outdated game design. There's also some enthusiasm by fans to somehow bring these characters into the canon, so a remake of the popular game that would introduce even more fans to the beloved characters would only increase support for them to be introduced in an upcoming movie or Disney Plus series. Further in Bloomberg's reporting, they talk about a vertical slice that was finished for the game and had developers excited. However, some believed that too much time and money were spent on the playable demo, and it could not be sustained to see the project through. At this point in time, it's unclear if fans will ever get to play this version of a KOTOR remake. While the game remains on ice at Aspyr, sister studio Saber Interactive had recently been brought in to help with the title, and some believe they could potentially take over full development of the game. With talks of a KOTOR remake happening for a while now, well before it was announced last year, it seems likely that the game will be remade at some point in the near future. Whether it will be Aspyr or another studio, fans will just have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts on this delay, and if you think we'll ever see a KOTOR remake in the comments below. Remember to like the video, and subscribe for more news coverage like this, as well as lore deep dives, reviews, and more. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.